Good morning, children. Today we'll continue with the geography lesson 2, globe, latitudes and longitudes. Children, in the last class you have seen that we came to know the globe is the true model of the earth, right? And globe is not fixed. It is not fixed. It is having a needle through North Pole to South Pole, and it is little tilted. And this is called axis of the earth. That is called axis of the earth, and the globe or the earth rotates on its axis. The 2 points of the axis are North Pole and South Pole. Now, it is not real line needle. This axis is not really there in the globe. Actually, this is an imaginary line. This is an imaginary line. There are some more imaginary lines like equator, which is very important. It divides the earth into northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. Okay, divides the earth into two halves, northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. So these are all the latitudes parallel to the equator called parallels of latitudes. There are 90 latitudes in the northern hemisphere and 90 latitudes in the southern hemisphere. And equator is the reference point. Actually, it is at 0 degree. That means from equator to North Pole we count the latitudes. Again, equator to South Pole we count the remaining latitudes. So all the latitudes follow with degree. Their degree is followed by letter N or S to indicate whether the latitudes are the northern hemisphere or the southern hemisphere. Okay, children. Now, there are some more important latitudes that you have learned beside equator and North Pole and South Pole. The some more important latitudes are Tropic of Cancer, which is at 23½ degree north, right? And Tropic of Capricorn, which is 23½ degree south. Arctic Circle, 66½ degree north, and Antarctic Circle, 66½ degree south. Now, these latitudes, important latitudes, they help us to divide the earth into different heat zones. Different heat zones. Now, if you see the diagram, you will see that this portion, that is from equator to Tropic of Cancer and equator to Tropic of Capricorn, this area actually receives direct rainfall, direct sun. So children, you observe this diagram. The areas between 23½ degree north and 23½ degree south, that is between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, they receive direct sun rays. So this area is the hottest region in the world. Then as you move away towards North Pole, say from 23½ degree north to 66½ degree north, this area, that is Tropic of Cancer to an Arctic Circle, this area receives slanting rays of the sun. They receive slanting, see the rays are becoming longer. They receive slanting rays of the sun. So the areas, they get very moderate temperature, because the sun rays are heating larger areas. They are traveling also longer distance. That's why the temperature comes down and they receive moderate temperature. So these areas are called north temperate zone, and here in the southern part it is called south temperate zone, between 23½ degree south to 66½ degree south. That is Tropic of Capricorn and Antarctic Circle. Now, like that, as you go beyond 66½ degree, that is Arctic Circle to North Pole and Antarctic Circle to South Pole, these areas are completely frozen areas. Throughout the year, these areas frozen, because they also get slanting rays and sun never rises up in the sky. It rises only in the horizon. It doesn't rise above the horizon. What does horizon means? Horizon means if you go to an open place and look as far as you can, So you'll see there's a point, you'll observe, you'll feel as if the sky is coming down and meeting the earth. And at that point you can see the curvature of the earth also, curve of the earth. That area is called horizon. So sun never rise above the horizon, so these areas are completely frozen throughout the year. So children, these are the these are called north frigid zone, and in the south it is called south frigid zone. So we have done the heat zones of the earth, and it is easier with the help of these important latitudes to divide the earth into different heat zones. Is it clear, children? I hope it is clear to you. Now children, beside this we need to know there are some more lines. Need to know about some more lines which are called longitudes. They are called longitudes, because to locate a place on the earth only latitude will not help. We need to have some more reference lines to find out the exact position of a place. For example, just see Hyderabad in Pakistan and Allahabad in India. They both are located on 25 degree 25 north. Now it is very difficult to search the place unless we know how far it is towards the east and towards the west. That is very important to know how far it is from the west and how far it is from the east. Okay children, so there are some more reference lines which are running from north to south. See, they are running from north to south and they are called longitudes. They are called longitudes. They are called meridians of longitudes. They are called meridians of longitudes. And meridians are also measured with degrees. They are also measured in degrees. You can see this diagram. They are also measured in degrees. Now, if you observe one thing, you will find that all the lines are parallel, they are of equal size, but they decrease continuously as they move towards the poles. See, they are all meeting here at the poles, okay, and their distance between the lines are decreasing as they reach the poles, and at the poles they all join each other. And these are semicircles. Latitudes are circles going round the earth, and these are semicircles running from north to south pole. Now, like all the meridians are of same length, I told you just now. So all the countries wanted to find out from where we should start counting. That means which should be the reference point. Then after a lot of discussion and all the countries decided they will they will begin from the meridian which passes through Greenwich. It's in London, where the British Royal Observatory is also located. They decided this meridian which is passing through Greenwich in London. Here we have the British Royal Observatory. Observatory means is the place here the scientists, they observe the sky, the space, they study the planets and all. So that this place was decided that should be the 0 degree meridian. Means just like equator is at 0 degree, we start counting from equator to north pole, again equator to south pole. In the same manner, it was decided the longitude reference line should be the one which is running through Greenwich in London, and it is called prime meridian, and it is 0 degree. It is 0 degree. Just like earth, equator divides the earth into northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. So you can see the prime meridian is dividing the earth into western hemisphere and eastern hemisphere. Okay, there are 180 lines of meridians in the western hemisphere and 180 in the degrees in the eastern hemisphere. Is it clear, children? Now you have already learned that all the degrees in the latitudes, they are followed with N or S, right? N or S. Why? To indicate whether they are north or south of the equator. So same manner, all the meridians have the letter W or E to indicate they are to the west or east of the prime meridian. So this makes very convenient or very easy for us to locate any place accurately on the globe. Is it clear, children? I hope you have understood. Okay. Now, I think this diagram will help you to understand this properly. Now, if you see this diagram, you'll find there are lines of latitudes are also there, longitudes are also there. So, this network of lines of latitudes and longitudes is called a grid. What is it called? Grid. Now, these lines crossing each other, cutting each other, and they are forming squares, right? Now you will find a place exactly at the intersecting point of these two lines. Each intersecting means where they are cutting each other. Each intersecting point, you will get a place over here. So once you know the latitudes and longitudes of a place, you can locate a place. How you can? Just see this diagram. If you draw a diagram like this, horizontal lines and vertical lines at equal distance, okay? Give the horizontal lines letters A, B, C, D, E and the vertical lines as 1, 2, 3, 4, right? That means these are, take them as east longitude and these are as north latitudes. Now, and at random you can write A, B, C, D, E at different crossing point, intersection point where the lines are cutting. See here A, B, C, D is given. Now, if you have to locate A, what will be the latitude and longitude? It will be at what? 1 east longitude and B north latitude. Is it clear? 1 east longitude and B north latitude. So each intersecting point where the lines are crossing or cutting each other, there will be a place. So this makes us to locate place on the globe very easily and very accurately. I hope children this first portion is clear to you. Now children, see this. We have just done this, no? Greenwich. This is the 0 degree longitude, that is prime meridian. Now we need these longitudes help us to find out the time. Okay, so you know there are 180 longitudes in the western hemisphere, right? Western hemisphere and 180 in the eastern hemisphere. These are eastern, these are western. Now Greenwich is the line of our reference, point of reference 0 degree. So the time east of Greenwich will be ahead of other countries. Ahead means उसके पहले आगे जाएगी. And the areas to the west of Greenwich will be behind. For example, if it is 12 o'clock in the Greenwich, right, then 15 degree east it will be 1 p.m. because we are ahead, they are ahead. इनके क्या होगा? They will have 1 p.m. and 15 degree from Greenwich to the west they will have 11 a.m. because they are behind. वो पीछे है, तो क्या हो जाएगा? 1 घंटा east part 15 minutes means 15 degree means 4 minutes each. I forgot to tell you, sorry. all these longitudes, lines of longitudes are at a gap of 4 minutes. 4 minutes. So 4, 4, 4, 4 like this. 15 degree means 60 minutes. 15 fours are 60 means 60 minutes means 1 hour. So if it is 12 or noon in the Greenwich, it will be 1 p.m. in 15 degree east longitude. 15 degree east longitude, it will be 1 p.m. because it is ahead यानी आगे पहले. And same thing 15 degree west longitude will have 11 a.m. क्योंकि 1 घंटा पीछे जा रही है. Isn't it very funny? So that's why from many countries we are 1 day ahead of them. Do you understand? We are 1 day ahead of them. Okay? Because we are located in the east of Greenwich. Is it clear, children? Now, why you have seen this these longitudes are at a gap of 4 minutes from each other. So 4, 4, 4, 4, so many longitudes. So automatically each longitude will have same time at one point. When the sun rays fall on them, they have the same time, and that is called local time. What is it called? Local time of that particular longitude. So you can understand 4 minutes, 4 minutes, 4 minutes like this. 180 the east, 180 the west. So much of difference, time difference will be there then. So we need a standard time. We need a standard time. Standard time means which will be followed by the whole country. Which can be followed by the whole country. Do you understand? So because this time difference is so much that there are places in the extreme east and extreme west. For example, Dwarka in Gujarat west and Dibrugarh in Assam, that is east, they have 1 hour 45 minutes difference. Imagine. So these things making difficulty in making the railway timetable for trains, even flights also. Do you understand? So scientists felt that we need one central meridian. Central meridian means the meridian which is passing through the center of India. So it will have least difference of time between all the longitudes. That's why in our country 82.5 degree east, it is running the center of our country. So it has been decided as the standard meridian. It is decided as the standard meridian. 82.5 degree east treated as the standard meridian. So local time of this meridian, that is 82.5 degree east, is taken as the standard time for the whole country. So it is known as the Indian Standard Time, IST, Indian Standard Time. A lot of time you must have observed when the some schedule or time of sports is given, they always mention the GMT and IST. That is GMT for the Greenwich Mean Time, okay, and IST Indian Standard Time. They will definitely give the time for the Indian Standard Time. Now, let's just see a funny example. You'll understand from this. What Kuldeep is saying, he lives in a small town in Bhopal. So his friend Alok, he is saying that he will not sleep tonight. Why? Because he is going to watch a day and night match in London. And it will start at 2 p.m. It will start at 2 p.m. So this means that the match would begin at what time? 7:30 p.m. in our country. 2 p.m. in London, noon. Okay. Then it will be 7:30 p.m. in our country. That means our country is 5 hours 30 minutes ahead of London. Greenwich rather. our country is 5 hours 30 minutes ahead of Greenwich, that is GMT. Do you understand, children? So in this way, the standard time plays very important role for these matters. Now there are some countries which has many more longitudes. Longitudinal distance is so much that one standard time is not sufficient for them. For example, Russia. Russia has 11 standard time. Can you believe it? It has 11 standard times. Okay. Our earth has been divided into 24 time zones of 1 hour each. Earth is divided into 24 time zones, 1 hour each, and each zone thus covers 15-degree longitude. Is it clear, children? Please go through the videos whenever you find time and make things clear and write down all the important points. I hope I am clear, children. Thank you.